Hi, welcome to my channel, Generation X Online TV. I have two questions today. One question is, can there be peace in Syria? Second question, is a conflict in Syria separate from Israeli Gaza, Israeli Hezbollah conflict? To answer these questions, we need to look a little bit of a historical background. As you may know that Israel is the country that was established in 1947, and from there on it started removing Palestinians from their land. This has started a little early, but I should be careful to say that I have to start it in 1947, and then we can talk about the wars that followed with that, with the eviction of Palestinian people, with occupation expanding to other regions until 1967, when the United Nations decided to partition the area where it demarcates the area for Palestine and area for Israel. But even though they were clear borders, but the Israeli kept taking more and more land, annexing places and building new settlements and stuff like that, to the point that they divided the Palestinian to two territories. One is West Bank and another one is Gaza. To such an extent, there has been an ongoing building of borders, separation among people, checkpoints, to the point that it was difficult for Palestinians to live their day-to-day life. So going back to their question, why this question, can there be peace in Syria, is related to what is going on in Israel today. It's because the enemy of Israel are Iran, and I should say others, but now they are no longer posing too much of threats to Israel. The second one was Iran, Iraq, and also Libya. Some of you may not be sure about that, but I think Libya is one of them, because we have seen that the Prime Minister of Israel has been pointing out that Iraq, Libya, and Iran. But today I should say Iran is the most enemy of Israel, because the Iranians have created the axis of resistance, and it feeds the axis of resistance with armors, with training, with everything that they need. So to get from Iran to Israel, you have to go through several countries. You have to go through Iraq, and then you have to go to Syria, and then from Syria you will arrive in Israel. But also there another alternative road that goes to Iraq from Iran. It goes to Syria and then Lebanon. The axis of resistance that has been created exists because of the Iran. So the axis supply of ammunition and all they need to resist Israeli occupation, it has to go through Syria. Therefore, Syria has become a highway to reach out the Palestinian in Gaza and also Hezbollah in Lebanon. Therefore, Israeli wants to ensure that nothing goes through Syria. And during 2010, 2011, the Arab Spring, we have seen a lot of rebels popping up from different angles and stuff like that. And Israel has been accused by Syria, Iran, and other Gulf members on participating or helping the rebels who are fighting Syrian army. So one may say that the enemy of your enemy is my friend, right? So Israeli found it easy to work with the rebel to ensure that they destabilize Syria. And ever since, there has been instances where even Israeli admits to have hospitalized these rebels following the fighting. And also, during the same time of Arab Spring, Syria was going to fall. So they resorted to getting help from Lebanon. Hezbollah went to aid Syria to help them fight the rebels so they could not fall. So it worked very, very well because the Lebanese Hezbollah did great in repelling the rebels. Since then, the rebels went into hibernation. They went to rework their strategies, and now they came back. But why this time? Most of you may have seen that after the ceasefire, the Israeli Prime Minister warned Syria that there will be consequences if they play with fire. And right after that, the rebels started marching to Aleppo. And everyone is connecting this, that the conflict in Syria is directly connected with the issues of Gaza and southern Lebanon. So my first question, can there be peace in Syria? That's not a clear-cut answer that you would say yes or no, because it depends on all these other factors. And those factors are the ones that I have explained. And my second question, is this conflict in Syria separate from Israeli-Gaza conflict, Israel-Lebanon conflict? I would say they are not. They are very, very connected. To this point, there's another actor that I have not talked about, and this actor is Turkey. Turkey has the interests in the northern part of Syria because of the rebels that are living within Syria but causing problem within the border and inside Turkey. So the Turkish government has been fighting these rebels, and these are Kurdish. You know, when you look at the map of the Middle East, especially the Levant, you will see each country within Levant. I would say Syria, Iran, Iraq, and Turkey. They all have the Kurdish people, and these Kurdish people, they want to have their own country one day. They want to have their unified land. But how are you going to get your unified land whereas you are divided into all these other countries. And that is creating the problem, because even in Iraq, the northern part of Iraq is Kurdistan. Now they have their semi-autonomous, but not in Iran, still not in Syria, and probably with this conflict that is going on today, it will reach a point that they may be able to get their part. However, though, the Turkey do not want them to have their own part of the country, because it will cause more problem in Turkey. So they are the one who actually have been supporting rebels who are getting help in Turkey to fight the Kurdish and even pacify the people from the Kurdish area within Syria. So why the president of Turkey, who's been vocal about what is happening in Gaza today, is supporting these people who also are supported by Israel? That's a question to answer another day. But my first question is that can there be peace in Syria? That depends with all these other factors. And the second question, is this conflict separate from what is happening in Gaza and Lebanon? No, it's not, because Syria is the highway that brings ammunition to the axis of the resistance. That's why Israel will do whatever it takes to destabilize Syria, so that the axis of resistance will not have enough ammunition to fight Israel. Is this going to succeed? That's the discussion for another time, another day. Please write me comment and send me any question that you want me to discuss. Thank you so much.